Okay, everybody. We are getting together today. It is May 2017, and I have got Catherine Tryon, our Upline Gold member, with us today. And we also have Stephanie Fisher, who is working her way to silver. And we are talking about Young Living today and why you might want to consider doing it for a business if you're not doing that already. Why launch a Young Living business? Everybody wants freedom of so many things. So for me, it's like freedom of time off is like huge, like to be able to take time and go hang out with my family. I remember the first year, I've been doing this about 5 years. And one of the first few years I was doing it, I took off, I actually went to the convention, and then I went to Grand Canyon and Zion with my whole family, met me out west. And I was out hiking through the Grand Canyon and checking out all the Mayan ruins and doing all that stuff out west. And I actually had money that went into my bank account while I was out there doing that. Now, there is no other job that I could have that would do that and actually give me a paycheck when I actually was doing nothing but having fun with my family. So I want more of that in my life. I want to be able to do that more. I want to be able to just drop what I'm doing and take off when I need to and when I want to, when I want to go play. So that's one of the things that she talks about is flexibility of time.
Yeah, Debbie, what's better than being your own boss and setting your own hours? I mean, I work 2 different jobs. I work a full-time job and a part-time job. And even though I really do enjoy what I do, I don't have any freedom. I don't have any flexibility with the times that I work. I have to be at my office from a certain time to a certain time. And I would love to be able to just have the freedom to work if I want to until 10 o'clock in the morning and then go to the beach.
Yeah.
Or work at 3 o'clock in the morning if I wake up and I don't have to worry about being somewhere at 8 o'clock, that I can just stay in my PJs. I can get up and work and go back to bed if I want to. In my opinion, there's nothing better than being able to be your own boss and set your own hours.
Yeah. I'm with you. I tell you, I even go over to the pool in my neighborhood and I sit at the pool and I work at the pool. So I'm working, but I'm in my bathing suit, and I'm making phone calls and I'm sending emails. I'm like, oh my God, this is just amazing to be able to just sit here and still work, but I'm going to stop and take a dip, I reapply my sunscreen and back to work I go. I mean, it's awesome. How many people can say that's their office, sitting at the pool. So yeah, having that time, that flexibility to work when you want. And I mean, I work hard when I work hard. I totally do, but it's nice to have that, flexibility and not have to punch that clock. And so many of us do that,
Yeah. Well, last year it was really hard for me because my aunt was ill and most of the year. And I just basically, took care of her. And the hard thing is that you have to pay attention, to your business. Once you are a Young Living business owner, you can't just have an autopilot. We're not trying to tell you that this is autopilot. It does it, runs itself. But for the most part, if life is happening, like you want to go on vacation or if somebody gets sick in your family, the check will come. That's the cool thing about this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I definitely work. When I work.
Absolutely.
I put in, I'm very diligent about what I do.
Right.
But I get to choose when that is.
Yeah.
And when I'm not gonna. So
which is the whole freedom thing.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Right. Yep. And you get to decide, like Stephanie was saying, if she wants to get up in the morning and work at 3 a.m., she's able to do that. Absolutely.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, it's nice with Facebook. You can actually have your posts timed now so that nobody knows you're doing this at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I know, exactly.
Right. You go at it at 6 o'clock. It's like, okay, I'm up and moving at 6. No, I actually did this at 2 a.m., but the rest of the world now, okay, I just blew it, right? Now everybody knows I'm doing this stuff at 2 a.m.
Yeah. So I think if people are on the team and they're thinking about Young Living as a business, what is the highlights of being a Young Living business owner and being a product user? I mean, what are the highlights for you both?
Well, I would say like the freedom of like how much money we can make. I mean, it really is limitless. we can, it can go, you know, we can, it can go as far as we want. You know, there is no limit. There's nobody telling us, you know, in this job, you're going to make $40,000. It's,
Right.
you can make as much as you want. And really it's whatever energy, you know, you put into it is what you're going to get out. I love that piece about it,
Sure. Right.
you know?
Yeah. Stephanie, how about you?
Well, and the more energy that you put into it, the bigger bonuses you're going to get. You're also going to get different bonuses. So if you have a month where, you know, you do have some extra time, or you really have some type of financial goal that you're working towards, then there's all different types of bonuses that you can hit that's going to increase your check for that month,
Yeah.
or maybe for the next 3 months even, depending
Right.
on what type of bonus you're actually going for.
Right.
The other thing that I like is that, you know, there's no income ceiling. I can actually go, and you don't have to, you know, rank up underneath your person, your upline. You can actually surpass your upline.
Yeah.
Right.
You
And
know,
I've done
and-
that.
Right. You can actually surpass your upline. You don't have to go at their pace. You go at your own pace. So you can
Right.
go as fast as you want or as slow as you want.
Right.
You know, I was a product user for quite some time before I decided to become a business builder. You know, and getting rid of the chemicals in my house and changing things in the kitchen and in my bathroom, you know, and in my medicine cabinet just really encouraged me to share with others the product, which then turned into a business building situation. You know, like I said before, I love my job, but seeing that I could have freedom of my time and having these great products and being able to share them with people was definitely something that I wasn't expecting at first, but I'm really happy that it happened that way.
Awesome. Yeah, I actually had a similar story in some ways. I mean, I actually used the products for 8 years before I talked with anybody about it, really. So I'm a product user, and what I really like about the business, I like being a product user. I was happy about being a product user. I didn't have any issues just ordering every month. I loved it. And then it just kept like, I just couldn't keep quiet about it because I was so enthusiastic about it. I started to feel like I was around more like minds and people.
Yeah.
I started having relationships with people that, you know, I was attending all these events with Young Living, and there was all these people there that were helping me learn more about the oils. And I was just like hungry for how much information I could get about these oils. And I mean, they're so complex. And simply to just take an oil and just put it in your hand and then cup it over your nose and to enjoy that it seems like, oh, this is just a real simple action. But then when you know, take it in, you're like, wow, how did that affect me? Well, according to the information that I've been learning, it's emotionally, physically, spiritually, you know, it's just a whole deeper experience. And so then I got excited about it. And then I started just talking to some of my friends about it. And the next thing I know, they're like, okay, how do I get these oils? I'm like, I don't know. Let me see. I gotta call my sister. I don't know. So anyway, I was a solid product user. And then
Go get her.
I got excited and just started talking. And that was how I got it. But here's the deal. My friends, here's why I like doing this business. I like that my family and my friends want to be healthy because I want them around. I want them to be, you know, my parents are both alive, 88 and 85 this year. And they're solid oilers. They've been oiling for, gosh, over 10 years with us. And, you know, they're drinking Ningxia Red every day. It's amazing. And thank God they're still here. But you know, it's because the oils, partially probably, you know, because that's what we use.
Well, and what better business partners to have too than your friends and your family?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, when you need help or you're, you know, having that plateau in your business, who better to have on your side or on your team than your friends and your family to help
Right.
you or to encourage you? You
Yep.
know, I've been very blessed with the relationships that I've made, you know, that aren't my friends and family.
Right.
And, you know, just the people that are very encouraging and very helpful. And whether it's your upline, your downline, your cross line.
Yeah.
I have, you know, it's great that you can be in a business where somebody who, what you do is not going to change their income one way or another, but they're more than willing to help you, like Sarah Harnish with this game plan book.
Right.
You know, she doesn't get anything from us advancing to diamond.
Mhm.
You know, well, she does. She gets a little bit more of that bonus in the
yeah,
In the
right.
pool, right?
but it doesn't, yeah, in the bonus pool, but it's not going to affect her, you know, significantly
No.
in any way, shape, or form. And yet she took the time to develop this book, this workbook, these
Yep.
videos to help us, you know,
Yep.
to encourage us, to show us what happened with her, how she did it, what her pitfalls were, what her excuses were. And I'm just so excited that we have this book and that we're, you know, taking the time to go over it and share with one another, which, you know, the next part of her lesson in chapter 1 is what do you see for yourself? What are your goals? What are your financial goals? Are you a diamond rising? Do you want to walk across that stage as a diamond? You know, and when, what, how much money do you want to make each month? And for me, what I did when I saw that is I took that page and I made a copy out of it, because of course, who doesn't want to be a diamond? Okay. Right. So if you're, you know, if you're actually launching a business, of course you want to be at the top. But I made a page and put different dates so I can say, okay, I'm going to be silver by September of 2018. And I want to be gold by December of 2019. So I have those small goals, and that's what I'll work to, you know, work for and work towards. And then how much money do I want to make a month? Well, when I put that down, I realized that really I need to be a diamond.
Yes, you do.
You know, and then she asks you, what are some of the reasons why you want to obtain, you know, diamond or your next rank, and you want to have that much money per month, you know? And for me, it, you know, it's being able to volunteer my time, being able to support my family and other people in ways that I've never been able to before, which is great because I've never had the opportunity to do that. Take more vacations, you know? So those are some of the things that I'm looking forward to once I obtain that $20,000 a month goal.
Perfect. We want you there too, Stephanie.
Yes.
I love it. And I want to prove to my husband, like, yes, I can do this. I'm not crazy. This is real. I can really do this.
Yeah,
this
right,
is really
right.
I'm with you on that
yes,
one.
you can retire. You can retire. I got this, honey. I got this. You got to help me with my postcards. You got to help me sending things out in the mail. But I got this. You can stop the post office.
Right.
I can't wait for the day that I can say that. I really can.
Well, that's a really big reason why a lot of people want to do the Young Living business, because I don't know how many times I've heard some of the leaders talking about the reason why they were doing this, because their husbands were in really toxic employment situations, and they needed to, for their own family and mental sanity, they needed to figure out a way to retire their husbands. So it's a huge driver, a huge why for very many Young Living business builders. So
I pulled out my abundance. I've got my abundance with me.
Ooh, perfect.
That's the way I'm using right now for our call.
Awesome. I have present
I love
time.
Abundance.
Oh my gosh, I did too. Highest potential. I have highest potential here.
Okay.
So that's pretty
Everybody
good.
that's watching, grab your oil, take a whiff.
Yep. Yeah, that
What's
we
your
forgot
oil?
to
Tell
tell
us
people.
what your oil is. Yeah.
Yeah, what's your please jump on and get your oil on, and get your oil on, girls.
Yeah, get your oil on, girl. And I love that you know, like she was saying earlier, I'm kind of backtracking, but I love the fact, you know, that you meet so many like-minded people, you know, that love to do this kind of stuff, and that love feeling good and being healthy and to connect with like minds. It's amazing. You know, I love it. And I met a gal today. It was just, you were telling me I'm getting all the yuck out. Oh, actually, I didn't meet her. I know this girl for years, and I actually went and gave her a massage today. And I walk in the house, and she's got candles going. And I'm like, really? I'm like, no.
Rough.
Those things are really not good for you. Do you know that's a carcinogen? She's like, really? I'm like, yes. She's like, I'll blow it out. I'm like, I brought my diffuser. I set my diffuser up. You know, and it was like, just that one little tip. This girl had no clue.
Right.
You know, I was like, yeah, you know, you don't need to be using that, you know, and I'm like, yeah, and the dryers, you know, don't use, she pulls out her sheets, and I'm thinking, I think I smell bounce. And I'm like, and you know, those dryer sheets are really bad for you. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah.
Pretty toxic. Yeah.
essential
Mhm.
oil and you're good to go, hon, you know. So to
Mhm.
be able to like do that and make a difference in somebody's life with just that one little line, you know, is
Mhm.
so cool,
It is
you
cool.
know?
So let's just recap. So one of the reasons why I like doing the Young Living business, two of the my top reasons are that I really like being around like minds. Like this conversation we're having right now, Debbie, about
Yeah.
the toxins that people are ignorant about. They don't know about it. We are all aware of a healthy lifestyle. I live a young living health. I live a young living lifestyle because it's synonymous with who I am and a green or organic, just really a wellness lifestyle. And so that's one of the reasons why I really love doing Young Living. I mean, these are my people. You folks are my people. The fact that we're having this conversation about those two kinds of toxins, you're like, oh yeah, we talked about that years ago, and we're like, that's like a do not enter. This zone is a chemical free zone. So I love that. I love that I'm around like minds. I love the relationships I've grown with my family, especially with this conversation I could have with my family about a better lifestyle, a healthier lifestyle. And then my gosh, I would have never known you two if it wasn't for Young Living.
Right.
And
Right.
gosh, I think Debbie, you and I talk darn near every day.
Yeah.
And we have a real affinity and have a real strong bond. So that's just a blessing in my life to have the women, and it seems like there's more women, but the people in my life that are just like, wow, just this little blessing that showed up out of nowhere. And oh, by the way, we just happen to be doing Young Living together. So those are two of my reasons why I like that. Stephanie, do you want to maybe recap a couple of reasons for you? So we're sort of playing along with the game plan book here,
Yes, my reasons are the freedom. I would love to not have the ball and chain, for lack of a better term, of a full-time job and a part-time job that I absolutely need to go to at certain times. And also to just be my boss, and again, my own boss, and again, set my own hours and have time to do things and money, actually, to have time to do the things that I want to be able to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to be able to retire. I'm 46 years old, and I did not start a retirement plan until 2 years ago. So that's something else, that's a little scary.
Yeah.
My husband is 50.
Yeah.
And in these, times, you need to have a decent retirement plan.
Right.
So that's the other part of it too, is to be able to look into the future and see that I'm going to have a future that I'm not going to be struggling in.
Right, exactly. Debbie, how about you? What are the top
Yeah,
couple of reasons that you
I was
have?
going to just to take off with what Steph was saying for the future. This your Young Living business is actually willable to your family. So once you say, I think you can do it at any time, but I would think, once you start growing and you're making money, if something should happen to you and you put your family in, I guess you can fill out the paperwork. I don't know all the details with it, but they can basically pick up where you left off and bring in your income, even if you're not around anymore. Not that I plan on going anywhere, but I mean, that's a really awesome thing to be able to say, it's like a life insurance policy in a sense, I've got this set up. I'm not paying anybody out of pocket for a life insurance policy, but God forbid I kick it, or when I kick it, my kids are going to have something to fall back on. And I think that's like really cool. I've never heard that with any of that. Are there other businesses that do that? I mean, regular,
Yeah, bricks and mortar. Yeah, there are businesses that, that do that. Sure. Absolutely. It's a very common concept, for,
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but it's a cool thing because it is a solid business. Every month it's a income that you count on, your family counts on. And if you set it up right with Young Living, with your own financial people, it will be something that will flow easily from you to your family.
Yeah, I think that's so cool. That's so
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, like I said earlier, the biggest things for me is being able to be flexible with my time, and the money, the ceiling. There's no ceiling that I can. If I work hard, I'm going to be making it. And like Mary Young, I remember her saying when I saw her on stage saying, money in the hands of good people can do good things.
Oh, for sure.
And it's like, money is a good thing when it's in the right hands. So let's get it in our hands so we can do good things with it.
Yeah. So one of the things that Sarah does in her in the workbook, and if you do get the book, I really encourage you to get the game plan workbook as well. And like Stephanie was talking about, you know, just list 10 reasons why it's smart to start Young Living. If you're in Young Living and you're thinking about it, and you've been using the products for a while, look at the three of us. I mean, we're making a nice income every month, and our products are paid for, which is fun. I mean, I don't feel like, you know, and then, oh my gosh, the free products, can't even start with that. I mean, like, we get free products. Oh my gosh, I should post what I just got. It's so cool. And there's an income disclosure guide that we should always talk about when we are talking about the earning potential. And there's just a new one out for 2016.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but there's good money to be made in any of these businesses if you're interested in doing that. And like Stephanie was saying, she wrote down some goals. She wants to be silver by next September 2018, and she's looking for an average income each month of 20,000. And so and when she gets these to these different mile markers or milestones, sounds like she can retire her husband, and so could you, Debbie.
Yeah.
So, you know, what she's Sarah Harnish is talking about is let's see, write down 3 things that would be on your bucket list to do. So 3 things that would be really sort of like out there for you to do. One of my bucket list things would be to visit Machu Picchu. I really would like to go there and visit and see the ruins and spend some time there. So that's, you know, when I hit my goals, I'm taking a trip to Machu Picchu. How about you, Debbie? Where are you going? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'd love to take my whole family over to Europe and do like a month trip through Europe as the whole family. I think that would be awesome. Yeah, I did that when as a kid, when I was in my teens or early 20s, and it was one of the best times of my life. So I'd love to do that with my kids and experience that with them.
It's wonderful.
Really cool, yeah.
Stephanie, how about you? What would you like to do? What's one of the bucket lists that you have?
The Great Barrier Reef. So I would love for my husband and I to be able to go diving at the Great Barrier Reef, go to Ecuador for a little while, hang out with my cousin, go to the farm there. My cousin lives in Ecuador, so I'll be able to hang out with her and then go to the farm. And yeah, so
sounds
that's what I
awesome.
do.
Oh my gosh, that sounds wonderful.
Okay. So
if you would, by, while you are, doing this game plan with us, we're the 3 of us are working through the game plan book with you. Just tell us why you think you would like to do Young Living as a business. And we have our own whys. And you've heard us talk a little bit about our whys. If you write down your why, it will be helpful, because when you start to feel like you want to quit, which everybody has quit. I've quit 1,000 times. Debbie, how many times did you quit? Stephanie, how many times did you quit?
I've quit a couple times.
Yeah. So the thing
temporarily, but yes.
But we never actually stop.
No.
We just emotionally throw up our hands.
I need a break for a second. Yeah.
Oh my God, really. But the lower ranks are going to be the hardest ranks ever. I mean, that is where you work the hardest and you get paid the least. So at first, it's going to be easy to quit, but don't do it.
No, absolutely not. It's so, and it's such a great, right now is the time. I mean, everybody's getting the yuck out of their lives. It is a perfect time to be with Young Living. And you get to work with all of us.
Yeah, totally. Right.
And a lot of this stuff Sarah will touch base on in the chapters that follow. She's got a chapter about making excuses and what to do when you plateau, or what to do when you feel like you just can't go forward, and she's got scripts and different things that she shares with us that are really, practically foolproof. Her and her husband went from, distributor to platinum in 17 months.
That's
so
crazy.
If they can do it, homeschooling, 5 kids and cooking dairy-free, gluten-free, whatever-free meals that they were cooking, sugar-free meals for 7 people, if they can do it, if you put your mind to it and you set a schedule for yourself, then there's no reason why anybody should not be able to do this business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you've got the support of all of us behind you.
Absolutely.
it's a big piece of Young Living, and working with this book is really about personal growth too. The more you grow for who you are, and you start doing that personal looking at yourself and what do I really want, that's when your business is going to really take off.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool thing. It's not just about growing a business, it's about growing you.
It totally is. Yeah. Good.
So I think we have a few more minutes to wrap it up here. Do you girls have anything you need to say or a burning desire that you want to put out there to anybody?
And you know, sometimes your why may not be crystal clear for you. Mine wasn't clear for me for years. I just sort of, I don't know, bumbled along and did it because it just felt right. And I had no better understanding than that. And so this is a exercise in maybe having more clarity than I did when I got started, so that you're a little, like my success path has been, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It was not a straight line whatsoever. Mine was all over the map. So if you want some help with your ideas around building a business, and it may sound a little intimidating, and it may sound a little bit like, there's so much out there, this is so overwhelming. It's easy to chunk it down. Sarah does it in the book, and everybody does it differently. So there's lots of ways to go about this. So hopefully you don't feel intimidated by the idea of starting a business, and you can start the business. And if you don't feel like you really want to continue with classes, or you don't want to continue whatever, we're not going to pin you against the wall and tell you that you started, now you can't. Because people do stop and start. People also, this is funny, there's more accidental businesses in Young Living than anything, because like me, I'm an accidental business. I was using it for years. I had no intentions. I had plenty of rental properties. I had several businesses. I was not doing this at all. And then life happened. I mean, the crash happened. We couldn't get out of real estate fast enough because it was like we were a sinking ship. And so then I'm thinking, what is my option, really? And I was in a hard place, and I thought, well, I guess I might as well try it and see if there's something in here. And, here I am 6 years later, old, which is kind of funny, but I'm an accidental business, and there's lots of reasons why people do it. So I didn't know what my why was, but if you know why you want to do this and you want some help getting more clear, Stephanie, Debbie, myself, we're all doing our work. We're all figuring it out. So reach out to one of us and let us help you.
So we hope that we made a difference in your lives today by things we said. And we'd love to get some feedback from you regardless of whether or not you're going to choose to do the business today or next year or never. Definitely would love to hear what you have to say about what we've said. And I guess we'll say have a great day. Like my daughter says, don't forget to smile and send you big hugs. And I guess we'll call it a day, girls, huh?
Sounds good.
Right.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Until
Thanks.
next week
Thank you.
or next
All right.
time.
Yep.
All right. Ciao.
Ciao.